Hello, in this video I'm going to explain how we can generate the ETL for the target data stores with Powerpack. It's part of the target ETL, which is in the BI data lake to target roadmap. As we saw before, we first created the metadata for the target data stores. We checked if everything is consistent. We generated the DDL, the tables and the views for it. And now we're going to generate the ETL, which we later can run in the night job or online. We're going to look at this target ETL for data stores. Okay, first we're going to show you a little bit about the metadata. So I'm doing a select from the target data stores, and I see we have here 5 target data stores. Circular customers, films, payments, rental overviews. With an alias, you can specify if you want to have history on this target object, and you can specify if it's a file, if you want to create a file, or it must be implemented in the database. Yeah. What's the source for this object? So where do I get the information from? For the first one, we took it from the business area. For the second one, we took it from the history area, and the other last 3 also from the business area. So selecting the data to fill the target data stores. And the load strategy, it can be new or update. New means every run fill the target data store again, or an update based on a key. Okay. If we look, for example, as here this one, Sakila rental overview. If we look to the attributes for it, you see here for this data store we got 33 attributes with a name, a data type, specified, which is unique because we're doing an incremental update. So we need the key for it. You can specify which of the attributes I want to have history in this target data store, and what's the source table of it, the source attribute for it, and you can specify transformations for it. If we're gonna look to the target data stores, we also see that here are 3 files which will be generated during the execution of the ETL. Yeah. What kind of files are this? That's specified in the initialization files. Yeah. So Sakila payments, it's a file type CSV, and it will be placed in this directory, and the name of the file is this. This is an XML file, and this is a JSON file. So he knows it's a file, what kind of file it is, so he's going to generate JSON files. So now we're going to run the ETL for the data stores in the target area. I'm going to start a script, a Python script in the Powerpack directory, the subdirectory target, and we're starting DTS_ETL. That means the ETL for the data stores. And we're doing that for all the data stores. It can also be done instead of this wildcard for one data store. Okay, I'm starting the script, and he is now creating the ETL for it. He's connecting to SQLServer. He is showing the parameters, DTS-ETL .py with those parameters. He's showing the template directory, the ETL target directory. He's showing where he's going to put for the files, the specification of the files from in the file target.ini, and for each data store he's gonna specify a Python script. For example, Sakila customers, it's a file. The load strategy is new. Um, the data store is coming from the bus area. It's called a JSON file. So he's taking a template for SQL Server implementation to create a JSON file in the target for the target data store. And he has generated an ETL script, Sakila underscore customers.py. So that's doing for all those data stores. Yeah, and it can be a JSON file, an XML file, a CSV file, or it can be a data store in the database. Okay. He's also generating one overall script, datamart underscore DTS, to run all those Python scripts. We're going to look at some examples. We go into the work directory, target subdirectory, and we see here, okay, that the Python scripts here are available. One to run them all, which is running the Python scripts for the different target data stores, and for each data store he created a Python script, for example here for the customers. Yeah, this is the Python script which is starting. He is reading the ini file to know, okay, what's the name of the file, where do I have to put the file. He is inserting the records into a JSON file, yeah, based on that view. He's selecting them and he's putting them into a dictionary and he's putting them into a JSON file. That's how it works. And also he's creating the tasks logging and the session logging. Also, when there's an error happening, okay, in the exception, he's printing the error and mailing that to your to the owner of the data warehouse. You can specify this. Okay, that's how it works to generate the ETL for the target data stores. Thank you for watching this video and see you back in one of the other videos.